Peace, family. So I'm back with another one, you know what I'm saying? So today what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to my chosen ones about fearing and no longer fearing the unknown, you know what I'm saying? So I know for a lot of us growing up, even thinking about growing up was kind of weird because you knew as you got older, you knew that you were getting ready to leave here. And when you're young, it seemed like time kind of flies, you know what I'm saying? And I know for me, that was something that I used to think about all the time. And I always still had a light heart, light spirit, but I always used to think like, damn, I just went from 6 to now I'm 10, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, I'm almost a teenager now. And then I'm about to be in my 20s. Then I'm about to, you know how you go through the whole countdown process of the basic physical numbers, you know what I'm saying? But as we get older, as I got older and started going through this ascension process, learning myself, actually learning life, not the matrix, you know, just everything. For me, it started becoming more beautiful, you know what I'm saying? Be you to the full. I'm always being me to the fullest, you know what I'm saying? So as I started getting older and started ascending, it started becoming more of a beautiful thing to me because it's like I done been through so many obstacles that I wasn't even sure how I even made it this far to even be up here on the camera putting this knowledge out, or even, you know, just vibing with the tribe, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been numerous of situations where I was looked out for, let's say that way, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was looked out for. But as you get older and you start like learning about your chakra system, learning your vessel, everything, the whole process, it's like you no longer become fearful of the unknown. I wasn't really like fearful of the unknown, but it was just like, damn, I'm aging fast. That's what I used to always think when I was younger because I didn't know nothing else besides the 3D shit I was being taught. So I was taught to put a lot of pressure on the 3D shit. That's what I did. But once I started getting to a space and realizing like, we all gotta go. Nobody gets to stay. Not one of these animals, not any of these other living organisms that operate with a system or structure kind of like the human race, you know what I'm saying? The trees, they got a longer lifespan. A lot of things have a longer lifespan. Rocks, longer lifespans, blah, blah, blah. Everything holds energy. But learning to let go of being fearful of the unknown, and I started with a small basis of just being a child and thinking about aging and getting older, because we don't know what's going to happen that next year when we get ready to turn 7 or 9 or 11 or 12. It's the same thing as we get older, but as we get older, we get a little bit more. Once you become more self-aware and more in control of your vessel, you actually do have a lot more control over your future, because we already understand that we time travel to the future. I play chess. I'm nice with the chess, so I'm always thinking a few steps ahead. I know how to think 3-4 steps ahead at the minimum. That's the minimum on a chessboard. You know what I'm saying? But you got other players that can think 10, 11, 12 steps ahead. What they're going to do and counter steps for what the opposition is going to do. You know what I'm saying? Or they could just be looking at playing themselves at chess. You know what I'm saying? But it's all strategic. Once we start getting to that space of learning to let go and not being fearful of the unknown, that's when our light turns up a notch. That's when we start seeing more numbers, more correlations, more synchronicity with the universe. I just had a synchronicity I posted on my Instagram. My YouTube page was all 6s and 9s, just like my playlist. And then I had my IG was 4 3s following. You know, you don't get to pick who follows and how they follow. But at that time when everything was seen, it was just the synchronicity. You know what I'm saying? But when I see these things, it always like puts me in a space of knowing that I'm here for a greater purpose. I am vibrating and moving towards my highest frequency. You know what I'm saying? I am operating with the Creator. I don't need to be in fear of the unknown. It's been numerous situations all of us know we done experienced where the situation could have went completely south, but instead the Creator looked out for us and turned it up. You know what I'm saying? We barely scraped out the situation, you know what I'm saying? But it's like we had a greater purpose. And the more situations we had to experience, the more we realized we didn't have to fear the unknown anymore. And with all these new tactics they putting out here, with the fear mongering, we don't even dive into them. We don't tap into it because we not afraid of this shit. Yes, we know we could get into a fight, but that ain't nothing to be afraid of. Yes, we know people got weapons out here, but that doesn't stop us from protecting ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we know it's a spiritual battle going out here 24/7, but we're constantly protecting ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And we always taking the steps we need to kind of do what we have to do. So that's usually how this process works. So for me, being fearful of the unknown was like null and void. Like, you can see me in this physical world and I'm gonna stand on my motherfucking 2 feet. You can see me in that spiritual world and I guarantee you I'm gonna stand on my motherfucking 2 feet. When the Creator or we put ourselves in positions where we're making that choice, whether we're gonna stay in this 3D world or whether it's time for us to move on to our next journey, it's not always a calling for you to leave to go on to your next journey right away. It's a calling for you to stand your ground for your purpose. That's what the calling is for. That's more stronger. So living in fear is how they got the rest of these vessels under control. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they have to target us. They have to gang stalk us physically and constantly spiritually. That's why they have to do all these tactics, because we don't live in fear. That's not how we operate. Even growing up, they was trying to teach us to be fearful, but we was the black sheep. We was rebelling against that shit. Like, nah, all I want to do is go over here and play basketball, but you trying to make me do some witchy shit. I don't want to do that shit. I just want to go shoot some ball. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe it was something else you wanted to go do, and they was trying to make you get involved with some witchy shit. You know what I'm saying? But in the witchy shit is fear is thrown into that witchy shit, because that's what they love to do. And we don't be in fear of the unknown. We go to sleep battling shit. We wake up either energized or we might be drained, but we are ready to keep going. Even on them days we thinking to ourselves in our spirit world like, this shit getting hard, or damn, I don't know about today. Or the way the universe is set up, and us light beings in having this technology now, which they thought was gonna hurt us, but we're using it, we can always tap into another light being, and then they just send us the energy we need to get through the day, because we didn't have the strength for that day. But that don't mean we was living in fear. That just means we've been battling and we just kind of like a little weak. Like, damn, nigga, it's a boxing match. It's 3 rounds, then they take a break. Y'all not putting no break in between it. We went from 3 minutes to 6 minutes to 9 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So we don't live in fear. We prepare ourselves. And the ones that's not mentally, spiritually, physically prepared, I see y'all taking the steps and doing everything y'all need to do to be prepared. I love this shit. I love seeing everybody come together and formulate. Even for the ones who was before us, who got their channels removed, or for the ones who end up getting compromised or just had to kind of subtract themselves from the light because, you know, the system isn't going to let you do but so much. But I still love the process. It's like ants. The ants never stop. You could step on a bunch of them. They all going to spill out the way. You know what I'm saying? They're going to split. They're going to run. But then they all going to come back and they're going to continue what they was doing. That's where the place we're at now. So it doesn't matter if they swipe 20 of us off. We got 20 more ready to step back in. I know. Peace to the kings and queens. They showing love. I tell y'all, man, this is what we do. And I'm at another location. They have to let it be known they out here. They have to. I love it. It's what we do, gang. It's what we do, man. It's nothing more beautiful than doing this. Like, That's why I don't take the time to go out into the Matrix to film these. Why be inside the Matrix to film these when I could step out into beautiful places like this where it's just nothing but life out here? That's what we want to be connected with, right? That's what's supposed to help us bring our inner peace, right? So why not bring my ass out here and vibe some with the universe? Kick it, talk, meditate, you know what I'm saying? They let me constantly know that I don't have nothing to be afraid of. Y'all see it. They talk to us every single time. No need to hide or fake it. We ain't living in fear, you know what I'm saying? I ain't want to run it up too long. Y'all tap into everything down below. Peace to the kings and queens.